lot of you are probably familiar with the thorn apple. This is the fruit of a plant in the Solanaceae, or the Solanum nightshade family, and it comes from this plant. It also goes by the name of Jimson weed, and I picked this morning. It's got a flower here. It's sort of faded a little bit, but these are usually white, have a little bit of purple coloration, and they grow out in disturbed areas around the state. We usually see these in livestock pens or areas that may have a little bit of disturbance or possibly some overgrazing. And I know some farmers don't really like the seed pods here because they get tangled up in their livestock's fur. Well, you may be wondering why I'm showing you such a totally weird and not attractive weed on our program. Well, the reason is because we have some plants that are closely related to the thorn apple or Jimson weed that are quite showy. A few weeks ago on our program, we showed you this plant. This is the double purple datura, very closely related to that ugly pasture weed. You can see this one is the double purple one. It's got extra flower parts here on this little trumpet, and it's got this nice purplish coloration on the back side of the flower there, and you can see that this structure does look very similar to the Jimson weed. Now, the seed structure is a little more friendly. Right up here we've got one. It's also quite attractive, almost got a giraffe type pattern of green and purple. It doesn't have all those thorns on the outside of the fruit structure there like the thorn apple does. So it's not going to hurt you if you bump into it or get tangled up in your animal's fur. Now, the datura we've got right here is sometimes confused with another plant, the angel's trumpet or brugmansia, like we've got right back here. Now, these make excellent patio specimens. You can see how large the plants can get in a pot, and this was planted this spring. It was only about 1.5 feet, 2 feet tall, and the stem was a lot smaller. But the angel's trumpet or brugmansia is very, very attractive. They come in colors of white, pinks, yellow, sort of a peachy color, peachy orange, salmon color. And just look at the size of those flowers, those trumpets, as they hang down there. These are great to put on your patio or maybe your front porch. They're extremely fragrant at night, almost intoxicatingly sweet, that fragrance in the evening hours. One of the big differences between these two plants, and one thing that will help you distinguish between the two, you can see the flowers of the brugmansia hang down, whereas the flowers of the datura are pointed up. And another way to sort of remember this is that the flowers of the angel's trumpets sort of look down towards hell, and the flowers of the devil's trumpets, which is another common name of the datura, look up toward heaven. So we've got the brugmansia with the flowers hanging down and the datura with the flowers pointed up. Another difference between these two plants is that the brugmansia will actually develop a woody trunk. The stem or the trunk of the datura may look like it's woody, but it's actually a soft, more herbaceous type plant. Neither of these plants are winter hardy, but the daturas will set seed, and sometimes we'll get extra ones coming up in the garden year after year. Now, one word of caution, both of these plants are poisonous, as are many plants in the nightshade family. So be careful with children, and you wouldn't want to make any salads out of the leaves of these plants, but they are absolutely beautiful in the garden and on the patio.